So, people of the World Wide Web, it's Wednesday, so it's look what I have been watching and what have I got for you. Oh no, that's not good. Bringing in there. So quite a few we've got through, mostly I think they all are DVDs. So we shall get into it. Don't want to read around the bush. We'll go reverse order first, so what I've seen recently and then working our way back. So the last one I sat down and watched was Joe. So there we have Nicolas Cage and the lad from Ready Player One, if I can remember, Ty Sheridan. So yeah, this is I didn't want to know what to expect, but it's about just under 2 hours, or was it just over 2 hours? Just under 2 hours, and you have Joe. He's kind of lives in this kind of town, has workers that do work for him and stuff, and he tries to be a good guy, but does piss off the wrong people. And yeah, and this lad is obviously has an abusive dad and stuff, and he ends up working for Joe. It's kind of these two relationships and kind of I imagine a bit of real world. It is quite a good movie. I was pleasantly surprised. I know it raves really big. I don't know if it would be the Cage's best performance, as they say there, but I thought it was quite a good movie. The next one we have The Place Beyond the Pines. Right. So yeah, this is a very, again, didn't know what to expect. So you have Ryan Gosling. He is a stunt bike performer. He meets up with Eva Mendes when the fair comes in 1 year, then meets up with her the second year, and then obviously realises that he's fathered a kid from her and wants to do right. She is dating someone else, and him, by trying to do right, unfortunately gets in with the wrong crowd and tries to commit bank robberies and ends up dying. Fast forward 15 years, and you have his child grown up. Obviously, Bradley Cooper in this shoots Ryan Gosling and kills him. He's the cop. They chase him, and then you have Bradley Cooper's son and Ryan Gosling's son. They meet up in the future, and it's how kind of they all connect and realising who they are and stuff. And I thought it was a little weird in places. I think this may have been when these two obviously met in real life. Or they've met before, but it may have helped get them together. I thought it was alright. I did quite like Ryan Gosling in this, I must admit. And I didn't mind Bradley Cooper. It just, yeah, the story was a little bit, I don't know. I felt it needed a bit more better, because Ryan Gosling is shown as the main character. He's in it for like 40 minutes, which technically is 2 and a bit hours, I think. Yeah, 2.25 hours. When he gets top billing and he's only in it for a third of the movie. Very strange, but it is what it is. Another one is a series that me and my wife have been watching, as I've been mentioning. That's where we go. So it's Vera 1 to 4. So it's very interesting. I've never seen any of this. Started watching this when we were away last month, and finally got through it. They're an hour and a half each, 4 episodes per series, so 16. And I do quite like it. It's the very ITV crime drama. I don't know how somebody like Vera would work in the workplace now. She's very unforgiving a little bit and stuff, and she's a very unique character, which I think stands out, and that's probably why it makes it. I think they're on like series 14 or 15 or something. So yeah, quite a good series. Glad to have finished that off. So it's an hour and a half each, so it's a movie each, and you've got 4 of them per series. So it has taken quite a while. The next one is Wicker Park with Josh Hartnett. So I really, really like this one. This was Little Curveball is a blind buy. It is Josh Hartnett. He is a kind of business lawyery man. He starts off with him having dinner with what would be his future bride and brother-in-law, and he's going to go to China next day. And during this dinner, he sees a person that he believes to be his previous girlfriend who disappeared 2 years ago. He then goes on a kind of several day walk around New York trying to figure out what's gone on and if he can solve is this person who he thinks it is. And there's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of stuff I didn't see, which I thought was really good. And it is it's one of those ones when you get near the end you kind of think who's right and who's wrong, and I quite like that, you know, the kind of the brain thinker movies. But yeah, so there is that Wicker Park. So definitely, I think you can get it quite cheap. I think it only cost me like 50p or £1 or something. So next one, got to get some tape to get a sticker off, but this is Beautiful Lies. So Audrey Tautou from Amelie and the Dan Brown Angels and Demons movies and stuff. Not as good as Amelie. I would definitely go off the bat. So she runs a hairdresser's. The handyman who works for her has a crush on her, but she doesn't know that. Her mum and dad are splitting up. Her dad's got a new partner, and her mum's very down, and she's trying to cheer up her mum. And in between all this, there's a lot of cross signals and weird stuff. And it was, I just felt it wasn't the best story. The acting was right. Obviously, this is subtitled because it is French. But I didn't mind that. A story, I say, it just maybe some of the actors and actresses could have been better. But I say it was all right again. I think it was only a pound or two, and after watching her and Amelie, which she was stunning in, I had to watch her in this. Next one, this was a gift from Matt's V Movies. So this is Bram Stoker's Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So I watched them, Dracula and then Frankenstein in that order, and preferably, I think, to speak about this on the live stream, I more than preferred Frankenstein. So Dracula I thought was really good set pieces, and not Alan Rickman. Who does play? Oh, I can't remember. Gary Oldman, that's it. Gary Oldman playing as Dracula I thought was really good as well. His portrayal, his stuff, there was a few where he looks like a bear or a bit, was a bit confusing and stuff, but the time period worked. I think like Keanu Reeves and a few other people, and the whole story in places lacked a little bit for me. But it's not debate. It was a good film. It just wasn't a great film to me. But I did really like it. I do really like these kind of set pieces. One, and then Mary Shelley's Frankenstein by Kenneth Branagh, who stars in it. I thought this was actually a really good one. I quite like Robert De Niro's The Creature and kind of the stuff they had to go through and how he kind of humanised the creature and stuff. And there's little bits like elements I've not really seen in other movies. I've not really seen many versions of these movies, so I'm only going off my interpretation. But overall, I thought this was, I really did like this. And thanks, Matt, for getting easy. I'm really glad to have this in the collection. It's just, where do I put it? Do I put it as Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mary Shelley? That's going to be the interesting thing. Next we have is Water for Elephants. So this is Robert Pattinson and Reese Witherspoon. Unfortunately, Robert Pattinson, he plays a young lad. His parents are killed in a car crash. They owe too much money. He is basically left to basically try and find work. So he walks on the railways, finds the circus, and then it's him working for a circus, built relationships, and obviously has a fondness for Reese Witherspoon's character, and it's how they come through all of it. It's quite an emotional movie in places. Obviously you have animals and there's an elephant and stuff, and I must admit, watching films like this, you see the harsh reality of what circuses were like with animals and how they treated people, and it wasn't a nice thing, even though they are glamorised a little bit in certain ones. But I did think this was quite a good movie. I can see Robert Pattinson actually coming into his own a little bit here, which I think has worked well. And the last one, it's not a movie, but it is DVD Diary, and watched it. I thought it was alright. It's an hour and 45 minutes, which is quite long for a comedy stand-up, but there we go. So that is Look What I've Been Watching. Hope you enjoyed the list. Is there any you've watched? Did you like them? Do you agree with them? Do you not agree with them? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.